It's that real shit, yo.
Butterfly in the sky.
Come on!
I can go twice as high.
Let's get it on.
Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
You think it's a game?
I can go anywhere.
Suck my dick.
Friends to know,
my nigga.
Ways to grow,
nigga.
Reading rainbow.
Here we go again.
I can be anything.
Same old shit. What?
Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
This is the shit I be talking about.
Reading rainbow.
You think it's a game? You think it's a game? What you really want? What you really want? Ride or die.
Oh shit. O to the M to the G. It's that nigga Weazy, and guess what? We're back again with story time. I'm throwing my motherfucking hood back on. God damn it, fuck that shit. Anyways, it's that nigga Weazy once again, back with story time. It's the 3rd edition. We back with this motherfucking shit. I'm about to step on this motherfucker. I'm about to read the shit out of this motherfucking book. So let's get into that motherfucking shit right the fuck now. This book is called Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh. And she writes for Scott. What now, fucker? Also for Mom, Dad, Katie, Lori, Duncan, Sarah, Joey, and Lee. You're all great. But for Scott, what now, fucker? Bitch. Introduction. It seems like there should be some sort of introduction to this. Here is a recreation of a drawing I did when I was 5. There that drawing right there. Look at that. Look at that shit. That shit is hot, ain't it, my niggas? Ah, shit. Not really, though. It's a guy with one normal arm and one absurdly fucking squiggly arm. If you look really closely, you can see the normal arm under the squiggly one. What you can't see is that in the original, the squiggly arm continues for the entire length of a roll of butcher paper. It started on one end and then just kept going until I ran out of paper. I remember drawing it and thinking, this is insane. Dot, dot, dot. I can't even believe how long this guy's arm is. If I had not run out of paper, who knows what would have happened. In its entirety, the arm takes up more paper than this book. Theoretically, I could have cut the roll of butcher paper into squares, stapled them together, and created squiggly arm book. I didn't, though. I considered that possibility, but in the end, I decided I couldn't realistically expect to get away with it. Turn the page, motherfucker. When I was 10 years old, I wrote a letter to my future self and buried it in my backyard. 17 years later, I remembered that I was supposed to remember to dig it up 2 years earlier. Fucking dumbass. But you know what happens. We all do that dumbass mistake, though. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I look forward to getting a nostalgic glimpse into my childhood. Perhaps I will marvel at my own innocence or see the first glimmer of my current aspirations. As it turns out, it just made me feel real weird about myself. I know exactly what you're saying, Ali, but my niggas, we about to turn the page again, so let's start that shit, niggas. The letter was scrawled in green crayon on the back of my, of a utility bill. My 10-year-old self had obviously not spent much time planning out the presentation of it. Most likely, I had simply been walking through the kitchen and suddenly realized that it was entirely... Take 2. That it was entirely possible to write a letter to my future self. Ooh. The overwhelming excitement of this realization probably caused me to panic and short circuit, making me unable to locate proper writing implements. There was no time for that kind of thing. I did, however, manage to fight through the haze of chaos and impulse long enough to find a crayon stub and a paper surface to mash it against. The letter begins thusly. Dear 25-year-old, note. Not dear 25-year-old me. Or dear 25-year-old self. Just dear 25-year-old. Do you still like dogs? What is your favorite dog? Do you have a job training dogs? Is Murphy still alive? What is your favorite food? Are mom and dad still alive? I feel it's important to note the order of those questions. Obviously, dog-related subjects were my chief concern. Murphy was my family's dog, followed closely by the need to know my future favorite food. I feel that the double question marks speak to how important I thought that question was. Only then did I pause to wonder whether my parents had survived. And that concludes story time with your boy Weazy Spitside Fire. And remember, just fucking around too. Drops June 16th. Pox B-Day, real nigga day, and that shit is gonna be fire. Of course the mixtape's gonna be fire because that nigga Weazy spits out fire on it. And not only that, I'll be back with more story time. Cause you know, it's good to read, you know. Read the shit out these motherfucking books, you know what I'm saying? Cause we killing tracks. We reading the shit out these books, you know what I'm saying, niggas? And that's just that. So, sayonara, niggas and niggettes. And I'll see you around like a donut. Now, I must disappear into the dark. Ooh.